Right, we are live. Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the Kiwi Lads channel. We are here for quarterfinal number 2 of the SYDNEY Sevens. It is going to be South Africa taking on the Irish. A matchup that we've seen a few times in recent legs of the Sevens, but it's always exciting and both sides ready to go for a massive clash. The winner of this game will go on to face the winner of Fiji versus Great Britain, which is taking place next in the Sevens quarterfinals. Looking through at South Africa's starting lineup, a bit of a change here. For South Africa, Zane Davids finds himself promoted into the starting side. Impi Visa, Christy Hrobela, also Sean Williams, Shilton Van Vyk, Delvin Blood, and Ricardo James Duarte, the last man in the South African starting lineup. Then for Ireland will be Harry McNulty, Aaron O'Sullivan, Andrew Smith, Billy Dardis, Terry Kennedy, Ed Kelly, and Liam McNamara. Now, interestingly enough, they have gone with the same tactic that they have used in the past, the Irish, which is unleash Jordan Conroy and Mark Roach later on in a contest. So that will be something that we do see them use for this quarterfinal. Also notable, South Africa only have 4 subs, whereas Ireland have 5. So I wonder whether or not that will play factor into the result of this game. Go Bok. Time to go straight to the try line, says Ruth Carter. Who do you got for the win? I think South Africa have looked very good throughout this Sevens competition. They just beat New Zealand in their last group stage match. They're undefeated. Ireland, they were defeated in their first matchup up against the Samoans, but it was a close game. I'm going to go South Africa by 7. Go Ireland, says Sports Highlights, and also let's go Ireland from Nate and Bok to get this one, says a Roof. You can see Ricardo James Duarte, very excited to be out there on the park. Come on the Bok, says Spider Meek there as well. But it will be the Irish kicking off from left to right in this game. It's going to be absolutely awesome to see how it does end up going. But I will mention anyone who is new to the channel, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. This game about to be underway, and it will be Billy Dardis, one of the more experienced Irish players, to get us underway for quarterfinal number 2, just traveling the 10 meters. Duarte takes it nicely and manages to get himself 10 meters off the carry, currently sitting 40 meters out from their own line. Here's South Africa. Zane Davids, like I mentioned, wasn't in the starting lineup for the other games, but due to injury, has found himself moving in there. Now, Christy Hrobela goes through. They're not going to catch him as well. That was a gap the size of Africa. And South Africa scored the first try of the contest, and it just looked a little bit too easy for him. Where was the defense? The gap opened up massively. Delvin Blood just inside ball. Ed Kelly got stepped, and then Hrobela just went, and no one got near him. It's TDB's birthday, says Ollie, and also South Africa try McNulty from 60 meters out for the win, says Brian. Oh, tell you what, it would be pretty awesome to see a massive run to either win, or are you talking like a drop kick? Because a drop kick from 60 out would absolutely be mental in this game. But we've seen massive kicks before, of course. We saw, I believe it was, what game was it that we saw a drop kick? I'm trying to remember, but it was a few leagues ago. And don't write the Irish off until the final whistle. Bok don't give away penalties. And the moonwalk, says Brian, in there as well. It's going to be kicked up high from South Africa, slightly deeper into the Irish 22. McNamara takes nicely, and Hrobela does take him down. Dardis across now. Great step from Ed Kelly, almost through the gap. Of course, Jack Kelly going to be coming off the bench later on. That's another penalty against South Africa. The reason I say another is they have given away quite a few throughout the last few leagues of Sevens, and they need to make sure they don't do that too much. Let's go Hrobela, says Nate there as well. And when will New Zealand play? They just played about maybe 6 minutes ago or so was when their game ended. So they will play again tomorrow at about 6 p.m, I believe, is their next matchup. Strong looking Bok, tough as biltong, says Ruth Carter. And tell you what, the Irish fans in attendance, I think there's probably been more Irish fans in attendance than Fijian fans to a certain extent, which is massive. Little bit of a mistake there from the Irish, but Andrew Smith cleans it up and then proceeds to throw the ball into touch when no one was, unfortunately. So now the South Africans will once again get the ball back. They currently lead 7-0. Still another 4.5 minutes left in this first half. I should mention once again, the winner of this game goes on to face the winner of Great Britain versus Fiji. Go to the front. No, in fact, they try and go over the top, and it's a brilliant take and a brilliant steal from the Irish, handling her again. I think it's a little bit more slippery up there than probably first anticipated. It seems like the dew might be around. It's currently about 8 p.m. local time. Duarte now goes to Van Vook, gives it to Delvin Blood, who had a bit of a juggle of his own. He has wrestled down 10 meters out. Duarte once again going to the left-hand side. Over the top there, Sean Williams. There's an advantage for offside in favour of the Blitzboks again. And Visa fins and goes, finds the offload. Johan, or in fact not Johan, sorry, it is Christy Robala, has got himself his second of the match, and he is at the moment on fire. Did New Zealand advance in the next round? They certainly did. They were able to beat Samoa, which is not an easy thing to do, but they were able to get over the line in the end. And Tribok run it, says Roof. So Christy Robala. I'm starting to roll my ass for every single man now. At the moment, I feel like I'm going to say a name like Jordan Conroy when he comes off the bench. Even though, oh, wow, that's a drop kick to forget. I think for that one, it's probably gone about 25 meters out to the side. And why are they Great Britain? And when they're struggling, come on now, change it. So you just want them to be Britain, I guess, rather than great. Although, who knows? They've made it to the quarterfinals. Decent enough, knocked out Argentina. But, yeah, previous result-wise, in fact, I have the bigger question, which is why aren't they just playing the Sevens as England, Scotland, Wales, etc.? Why do we need Great Britain as the collective rather than the individuals like the Seven Circuit had? Maybe it's because of all the other teams getting added in, so they do want to make sure that other sides get that opportunity, which to an extent, if that was the reason, I would appreciate, because we're getting to see Uruguay, Spain, all these other new sides get the chance. Ireland currently 22 meters out from their own line. South Africa leading 12 points to nil. Andrew Smith dodges 2 tackles, finds the pass on the outside. Here comes Harry McNulty, and he was 60 meters out. So if he scores from here, in fact, he's given it off to Ed Kelly. Taken down, cleaned up from the wrong direction there by Sean Williams. That's got to be a penalty. But it's going to be play on. And the Irish, they've got numbers on the outside. One more pass. Terry Kennedy wrestled down. Beautiful offload. Or was it forward? I don't think it was. And it's going to be the try for the Irish. And Aaron O'Sullivan does get it for the men in green / white for this match because they're in their away kit. But Ireland do score themselves that try. And that makes it a little bit closer in this one. Which team are you predicting to win the competition? I'm still sticking with Fiji as the overall winners. England versus Fiji. England by 12. And Robelo on fire. And also we have got their true boss. And maybe GB thought they'd have a better chance United. Don't know. Because it seems really strange that it's certain competitions there, Great Britain. Other competitions, like for the Commonwealth Games, were they Great Britain or were they the separate teams? I think for the Rugby World Cup, they were separate teams. But for the Commonwealth Games, they were collective. And for the Olympics, they were collective. So it's a bit of a mix and match job. That kick's gone over. Now Ireland, they're sitting 7 points to 12 down at the moment with 1 minute 10 left in the first half. Okay, 19 seconds they've said. I think New Zealand or South Africa can win. And can France beat Australia? I think they've got a good chance. To be honest, Australia, yes, they've looked pretty decent in the Sevens League, but France are one of those sides that can beat any side when they play well. And as soon as you get into a playoff game with France, that seems to be when the passion really fires up. And that's normally when they play their best. If they get beaten by 30, I apologize for my prediction. But I think they're going to keep it close with the Aussies, and it could come down to a one-try contest. Sean Williams inside of the 22, South Africa now with Delvin Blood. Stood for a second, acted like he was considering the kick, but then gives it off to Christy Robala, who's already got himself 2 tries for the South Africans. Delvin Blood back across James Murphy now. So a player I'm noticing missing is Ryan Oosterhuizen. Unfortunately, one of the players with an injury. Kicked in behind. It's going to be Jordan Conroy now waiting for this ball. Does knock it backwards. Relatively high from James Murphy there, and I think that's why he's turned into a ball. Yeah, he's been hit in the throat. And I think he's asking for the possible penalty. And they might have another look at this one. Bit of a swinging arm from Murphy. Nothing too cynical in it, but they might end up actually having a look at this one. I know you're right, it's the Frog. Unpredictable anytime. Oh. Okay. Time on. It is still going to be the scrum. Okay. The referee has said he can't use the screen, which is why he's not going to check that one. When is Samoa's next game? I believe I've got the schedule here. With them losing to New Zealand, it changes when they are playing next. So they will now, next game, hang on, it's match 25's. So match 25, they will be playing at 4:06 p.m. tomorrow is the next game for the Samoans. So not too far away. It's, of course, going to be the last games for tonight with the quarterfinals. The Wate once again has the ball. Currently 40 seconds past the halftime hooter, but South Africa looking to get one last try before the end of the half. Now Sean Williams goes to the left. Christy Robala goes to the Wate again. Now man on the outside instead cuts on the inside. Nice work between the two speedsters of the Blitzboks. That was Delvin Blood. Now Duarte once again goes to Sean Williams. Goes for the kick across field. It's going to find the hands of Shilton van Voigt. That was class from the South African. Sean Williams with a massive smile on his dial because he has just nailed the cross field kick straight into the hands of the winger. And the perfect play to end the half for the South Africans. And also smash up the like, says William. Yeah, anyone who is new, be sure to hit that like button. Also, be sure to hit that subscribe button. We're on the road to 22,000 subscribers. So if you do want to help us out, it is hugely appreciated. We've got plenty more rugby, whether that's rugby sevens, rugby union, rugby league. Cover a bit of cricket on the channel as well. If you're new, be sure to hit that subscribe button. It's a successful conversion from Ricardo James Duarte as well. So that will make halftime score 19 points to 7 in favour of the South Africans. So a nice lead, but Ireland, still not out of this match yet. I believe the betting odds will have them as heavy underdogs, but I believe they've still got potential here. And what is the world record for biggest win in sevens history? I believe it's around about 70 or 80 points, I believe it is. Somewhere around there. And I got France to win over Australia, says John, and Ding Dong Battle. Williams is a great player too. South Africa, good try, says Ruth. And like I mentioned, the perfect time to score it just before the half is over. That means second half, you're going in with momentum. South Africa will be kicking off the second half, though, so something to think about there. 3 visits to the opposition, 22. Every single time the Blitzboks have been able to score. But both sides, on paper, they're actually extremely even. Both missing the same amount of tackles, both having the same amount of tackles made as well, I should say, with 7 and 4 missed. A couple errors at the moment from Ireland has been costing them quite a bit of that possession. The light show at the moment at Allianz Stadium, it's just a little one. It's like the lights around the ground, they're just flickering them on and off. Someone's found the switch. Haven't got any LEDs going yet, but certainly an awesome atmosphere at the ground. We've seen so many Irish supporters. In fact, I think there's more Irish supporters at the ground than we've seen Australian supporters. And well done. Small observation. It's around Oosterhuizen. Not Oosterhuizen. So, Oosthuizen. Oosthuizen. No ER in there. Okay. I'll try my best to remember that. Ryan Oosthuizen. Oosthuizen. Okay. Sorry about the mispronunciation. Although I appreciate you doing it that way rather than just yelling at me for getting it wrong. I've had people do that before. So, yeah. Thank you for that little bit of help. Hopefully, all the other names are all right, or are there a couple others that might be a little bit shaky as well? At the moment, Christy Horola. I mispronounced that one because I was under pressure. But now it's going to be Savui Sawyers Wapi that they're talking to on the sideline. He's not playing in this one, unfortunately injured. He's got the arm in the sling. How are you? Says Onlyola. I'm doing very well, thank you, mate. You are doing well as well. Now Ireland inside of their 22. They need to be the first team to score. It's a loose ball, but it bounces up to Jordan Conroy, who's going to have a standing start. And Pifisa does make the tackle there. Now back across to the right-hand side. McNulty starting to drive hard. He's got plenty of pace. Ball on the inside. Doesn't work out. Ricardo Duarte does try and clean it up. But it is going to be the first knock-on by Ireland. Second knock-on by South Africa. And the scrum feed goes the way of the Blitzboks. Australia is Nick to New Zealand, says John there. And South Africa retain the World Cup next year. If not, either Ireland or England will win it, says Bodamik. Okay, knock on by Green first, I think they've just said. Australia. And come on, Ireland, says Connor. And also, just got to say congrats to New Zealand. Good luck in the semis, says Rithik. And there as well. And my original prediction in my very first Samoa preview, I actually said there was a chance that they got knocked out in the quarterfinals. But then from there, I said that they were going to be able to go through and get themselves either Well, I actually said they're going to go on a tear and get 5th place. So hopefully that does end up happening for the Samoans. You're doing very well, Hamish. Nice Afrikaans accent, says Roof there. Now, Billy Dardis goes across. Terry Kennedy gives it to Jordan Conroy. Here he goes, but he's tackled early by Delvin Blood. You've got to make sure you get Conroy within his first, I'd say, 5 strides, or else he's normally gone. Now breaking down the wing, McNamara. Terry Kennedy on his outside does find him from a standing start. Here comes Baron, though, who's just overrun it completely. Another step from Terry Kennedy, the World Player of the Year, and he's actually been signed by one of the Shoot Shield sides in Australia. All they need to do is pass this one out wide. Terry Kennedy. Oh, Ed Kelly, in fact, it was. In fact, sorry, Jack Kelly. Andrew Smith. It was Andrew Smith. I got excited. I listed the whole Irish lineup. But Andrew Smith, I believe, has just scored that one. I think I said every name that wasn't him in that back line. And then it finally hit me. Oh, did he get there? Yeah. That's going to be the try to the Irish, making the score a little bit closer. This could be a massive conversion. It's right from the touchline. So massive in both regards, not just in terms of the match situation, but massive because he's going to have to kick it about 35, 40 metres to get it over the posts. But slammed it down. Ireland just using that back line rather than an individual player deciding to have a crack somewhere down the line. They decided they'd at least just get it out to their winger. It's a decent strike, but it misses. Another try says Roof and Samoa. New Zealand put them to bed not long ago. Says Spider-Meek, just like they did to us in the Cape Town Sevens final. And also we have got their way of coming back into it, says Connor. Getting close. Converted try would put us back to an even playing field. I wonder how it is going to end up going. Going to be kicked off high by Mark Roach, waiting for this one to come down. Schutter van Vuk, right near the touchline. Terry Kennedy tries to keep it alive. I believe he wasn't touched. Yes, he was. And it will now be the line out for the South Africans. And oops, sorry, boss. What'd you do, Nate? Did you end up accidentally getting someone with the timeout, perhaps? Or something? Not sure. Now 4 minutes left. Good game, says Nate. And there as well. So far, 3 restarts, only 1 retained throughout this matchup. So it just shows that both of these sides very good at disrupting the opposition set play. 4 minutes left, though. And South Africa still have a 7-point lead, and they're about to feed this ball in to their own 22. It's gone in and out of the same channel, the same tunnel, as they call it. So they will have a scrum reset. Okay. Referee had to explain what the same tunnel rule was, which is pretty much if it goes in the same way or it comes out the same way it went in for the near side of the scrum where the man's feeding the ball in. It's wiggling around a little bit. South Africa get themselves the free kick. Now Baron runs a hard, does the kick in behind. He's got plenty of pace here, Baron, and he's going to be a hard man to stop if he gets the bounce of the ball. Grubbers it forward. It's going to just stay in the field of play. Baron, classy. Brilliant try from the South African youngster. That ball just didn't want to go into touch. Ireland just waiting for it to roll one more revolution of the ball into touch. And every time Baron just kept on kicking it back inwards. They may check this one to see if his foot was in touch for that final kick. Yep, his foot was in touch. So that's going to be no try, unfortunately, for Baron. That's a shame because it was a very good one. But because he's kicked it while out of the field of play, it is going to be no try. Or no, is it not? Wait, they've called it try. He's out. His foot's down. That's a very, very controversial call because that's no try. The Irish fans are going crazy. I'm so surprised they didn't check that on the TMO for such a big occasion. The ball's gone out on the full. That was insane. What just happened? I heard earlier on the referee say he didn't have access to the big screen, but surely someone does. Now Terry Kennedy does have to run it. Ireland now need 2 tries, and the crowd will be even more behind them. Here comes Jack Kelly. Ball on the inside to Jordan Conroy. Just short of the line now for Ireland. And it's a penalty to South Africa. Tell you what, it's a tough reality at the moment here. Oh, and yes, fantastic. And also, wow, awesome try, says Nate. And also do it once more, Bockies, says Jiri, I should say. I want an amazing try. That is the best individual try I've seen in a long time. Although, I guess, well, that's the thing. It's considered a try because they didn't call it no try. So it was no try for the law book, but it's counted as a try. So it's probably going to be one of those ones that they'll show on the highlight reels. They'll just have to show the right angle that doesn't show them in touch. So the far angle is the best one. But now South Africa kicking this one into touch. At the moment, it looks like they are booking themselves a spot through to the semi-final. Now Baron, they have to put the ball in. So the referees just said you can be standing out and kick it back in. But that's all well and good, but you still have to have a foot off the ground, which he did not for that one. And now it is going to be Ricardo, James Duarte, going down the wing, getting close to the touch line. He just manages to stay on the field of play that time. Now offloaded up. Adonis, the penalty goes the way of Ireland. And because that ball was thrown so far, they do spend a little bit more time getting it back. Unlucky Ireland. And also easy win. Bring on the next cakewalk, says Jan now. I like it. I like it. Anytime they win, you're right in behind them. Anytime they lose, you always go for a good reason. But now there's going to be back across to Harry McNulty. Driving at the line. Nicely done. Ireland still looking to find that last minute try. I feel like there's another try just around the corner for the South Africans though. Because they, little juggle there from Ireland. They've still got the ball. They've actually got quite a bit of space here. Zane David's having to run across field. Now Baron makes the tackle. Loose ball picked up there by Comerford. And hey, Irish, says Brandon in there as well. Welcome in, mate. Hope you are doing well, Kelly. Now McNulty, Springboks versus All Blacks in the final. It's a possibility. Could see it happen. They won't be playing each other in the semis, so a little bit further down the line. But more than likely, you'd have to say South Africa Fiji looks like a well set up semi-final. All right, so they have now Comerford. Ireland cannot win this game, but they can certainly still score one more try. Jerry Kennedy goes on the inside to Mark Roach. Came on the field late. Same with the man who tackled him, Darren Adonis. Comerford now once again going across. Taken down. This game might go about 18 minutes at this rate. It seems like Ireland don't want to give up. They've tried to take the quick tap. It's gone short to Jack Kelly. Not 10. Another penalty goes the way of Ireland. Comerford takes the tap this time. And now South Africa. You wonder whether or not, it's going to be dropped by Conroy. Never mind. That will be the end of the game. Ladies and gentlemen, 26 points to 12. And it is a South African victory over the Irish. And good one, Bok. It is what it is. Says King T. And that one as well. So they will be moving through to the quarterfinal to face off against the winner of the next matchup, which is taking place, which is Great Britain versus Fiji. But I do thank you all very much for tuning in. If you did enjoy, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Hit that subscribe button. We are on the road to 22,000 subscribers. So let's see if we can get there in the near future. This is a mismatch. Says Spider-Man also good works. Ireland made the quarters. South Africa playing next, says Nate. So yeah, they will be facing off against either Great Britain or Fiji, which we will be transferring over to their live stream right now. Thank you all very much for tuning in. I will see you all for the next.